Hi, Rob Sullivan here with 3 ways to handle the parties you may not look forward to going to this holiday season. Not all of us are fortunate to be in a loving, funny family that you just can't wait to see around the holidays. For some of us, sadly, it's exactly the opposite, and you may not have the option of not attending. So how do you handle it? Well, there are 3 things you can do. The first suggestion is one that I use with my corporate clients when they're having a problem with a team member. Often the best way to diffuse behavior that you don't want, or when people are being offensive in some way, shape, or form, is literally to comment on it. Not turn it into a confrontation, but simply to mirror it back. So what you would say if somebody did something that was really hurtful, you just look at them and say, when you do that or when you say that, I feel disrespected. And then leave it at that. Because sometimes that's actually enough where people, for whatever reason, they just don't realize that they're being that negative. In fact, one of my clients was sharing with me that they had a team member who was so negative in the feedback that he gave his team members that they actually hid their mistakes. And when it was finally called to his attention in a really positive, helpful way, he started complimenting people more often. And when he did, they quit hiding their mistakes, and the company actually saved $300,000 in less than 6 weeks. So there's a real power in helping people see that they're having a negative impact on people without being obnoxious about it. Second thing you can do is visualize a positive outcome. Now, what I mean by that is when we worry or when we catastrophize in advance of an event and we tell ourselves this is going to be horrible, that's exactly what we create. So don't do that. So what I want you to do instead is acknowledge that, hey, this may not be the most fun night that I'm going to have all year, but my commitment is that it go better than I could ever possibly have imagined. And then let it go. What that will do is trigger your brain to look for alternate interpretations of events and things that you see. And what those alternate interpretations will help you create a more positive outcome if you're focused on the positive. There's a workshop exercise that I do along those lines that I can't really demonstrate on the video, but trust me, it's really powerful. Train your mind to look for something positive. What's the evidence out there that this will go better than you could ever possibly have expected? And it's amazing how often that works, because I find even going into a conversation that might be potentially difficult, I'll often tell myself that. It makes a huge difference. Now, the third thing you can do, and you can even do this in advance of the event, is be grateful and demonstrate appreciation for the people involved. Even the people who push our buttons are worthy of being appreciated on some level, if for no other reason than that they demonstrate what it is that we don't want to do or how we don't want to be, but you can still be appreciative of that. So how do you do that? Literally, you could either do it in advance and make a list of all the things that you appreciate about a particular person or family, or maybe when you get there, one of the first things you do is look at them and appreciate them, appreciate their house. Find something to compliment and keep the energy up no matter what happens. Even if they do something disrespectful, continue that appreciation. It will make a difference, if for no other reason than to make you feel better for knowing that you took the high road. It's not necessarily an easy path, but definitely worthwhile. I wish you a fantastic holiday season. Feel free to share your stories. If you used any of these tips and you found that it worked and was really helpful, we'd love to hear from you. Have a wonderful New Year. Take care.